Hi guys, and welcome to Escape Wheel Watch Reviews. My name is Steve, and today we're looking at another new release from Pagani Design, the PD1718. So I purchased this watch from the Trendy Men's Watch Store on day one. As soon as I saw it, I purchased the watch. I paid $100, and I used my affiliate earnings to do that. So normally I've got, this is probably my fourth Panda dial, so normally I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't just go out and buy it, but because I have these affiliate earnings, because you guys keep using my links and supporting the channel, I'm able to do that and get you guys, the first reviews of these things. So, yeah, a huge thank you goes out to all you guys who keep this channel afloat. Whether you are liking videos, subscribing, or using my links, I appreciate all of it. So thank you guys so much. So you can get this watch from a variety of stores on AliExpress, but I purchased mine from the Trendy Men's Watch Store. I've used them a ton. This is probably my fifth watch from them, and every time they don't disappoint. I have no problem recommending the store for you guys to get them. The retail price is $100 or $99, but during this last anniversary sale, I'm not sure this video will make it up by the end of it, but if it does, it's under $75, so that's pretty good. It comes in a Panda dial like this, and it also comes in a reverse Panda with black with silver subdials, and then you can also get it on a stainless steel bracelet, which I definitely think is worth it, or you can get it on like a nylon strap for a little bit less. So I'm going to tell you right now, get it on the bracelet no matter what. Just get it on the bracelet. So what does that money get you? It gets you a full 3/16L stainless steel case, sapphire crystal, ceramic bezel insert, screw down crown, screw down case back, 100 meters of water resistance, and a Seiko VK64 Mecha quartz movement powering it all. So this is possibly Pagani's nicest overall package. I'm trying to think of a watch that just gets it all right, or very close to all right, and this is right up there, definitely right up there. So I think this is taking the crown from the Daytona homages. I do think their sub homage is pretty nice still, but yeah, this one it's right up there. So before we get into the dimensions and everything else, let's do a quick wrist check. And I was wearing this today, but I got to wear a watch at some point, right? So I do have the Pagani Design Black Bay 36 homage on wrist. Go check out the review for that up here if you haven't seen it already. Okay, so dimensions. So we're going to, we've got a 39.5 millimeter case diameter, got a thickness of 12.8 millimeters, 20 millimeter lug width, and the bracelet does taper down to about 18 at the clasp. And the overall lug-to-lug is 47.8 millimeters. And because this thing has female end links, that's exactly how it wears. It's very, I was quite surprised by it because it does weigh quite a bit. This is size for my wrist. It weighs over 150 grams. It's about 154, 153 grams. So it's quite a heavy watch for being quartz. And I was just surprised by it. I kind of figured it was because it was so heavy that it was going to be a little bit of a, on the plus side of 40 millimeters, but surprisingly it is sub 40 millimeters, sub 48 lug to lug, and yeah, I think it wears really, really good. You do have a little bit of turn down to the lugs there, but yeah, I'm really impressed with this. I'm going to go outside right now and throw it on my wrist for you. And here we are on my 7.5 inch wrist, and as you would expect, it wears really, really well. You can see nice, decent curvature to the wrist there. And yeah, I think it sits really, really good. As you can see, a little bit of distortion on that crystal, which we'll talk about in a little bit. In direct sunlight here. Yeah, I mean, it gets a little washed out there. You can tell it's not a perfect double dome sapphire just because of the reflections there, but it does wash itself out a little bit, but not too bad. You can see the dial. It's kind of got a little bit of sparkle to it, and yeah, so it's not just a painted white dial. It's got a little bit of interest to it, but I do think it looks really good. I'm going to go throw it on some straps for you, and we'll get back to it. And here we are on a black leather strap. Really nice looking, I think. I do like this combo a lot. You got some other straps to throw it on though, so let's get to it. Here we are, just a quick view on the black silicone elite strap from Barton Straps. Love the strap. and really like this, just, black rubber on this. I figured it was going to look good, and it does. I'm going to go throw a little bit of color at this thing, and we'll get back to it. And here we are, and this is the strap that came with the watch in the box. It's got the Pagani design thing there. I modified it so it's just a single pass, not an 8/0. But I think it looks pretty good. The black with the red stripe there looks really good. What do you guys think? I'm going to throw it on one other strap, and we'll get back to it. And lastly, here we are on a two-layer nylon strap. You still see it wears still pretty good there, a little bit high, but I do think it looks good. Even the blue, do like it. Let's go back inside though. We'll get back to the review. So let's get close. We'll talk about the case finishing on this. So on the tops of the lugs, you have kind of a circular or angular brushing. It doesn't go linear, so it's an angular brushing, and you got a nice linear brushing on both sides here. And then the tops and sides of the lugs there are separated by a really nice chamfer that runs all the way across. Pretty nicely done. Under macro, you can see that this little edge here, I mean, it's a little soft. I mean, I'm nitpicking here. It's a little soft. The other edges, the transitions are pretty sharp, and it looks pretty good. I've got no complaints with the case finishing on this. I think it looks really good. On this side, you do have polished pushers for the chronograph. They are screw down pushers here. We'll talk about those in just a little bit. And then you also have a signed crown at the 3 o'clock position. And again, pretty much fully polished except for the backdrop on that Pagani design. It looks really good. And again, we will talk about that when we talk about the movement. The case back on this. So this is an interesting case back. It's probably my only negative, and it's just a design thing. You can see it uses just the typical grooves for a nice simple tool to take it off if you ever need to. It's got the Pagani design, water resistant, 100 meters stainless steel around the outside, model number. It's got this anchor, and then it says Upgrade Grand Series. I don't see any spaces in there, so that's just one giant word. I don't know. So this Upgrade Grand Series is supposed to be their kind of upgraded watches, nicer finishing, better quality control, that kind of stuff. So yeah, if this is indicative of what this series is all about, then I'm pretty excited to see what comes next. The thing I don't like about this case pack is just the look of it. It's weird. You can see right here, so it's almost like they kind of filled in the laser engraving, and then they used kind of an iridescent paint. It kind of goes teal and red a little bit, and it just looks weird. Looks really weird. They should just use black. Just use black, Pagani. I'm not sure why they did that. And you can see right in dead center in the middle, it's already scratched up a little bit just from resting on the clasp. But yeah, I just don't get it. I don't like their design decision on this. Just use black paint. The bezel on it, it's a tachometer bezel with a ceramic insert, and it's done really nicely. Black with simple white text, and I mean, it just looks really good. The engraving on it is done really nicely. I don't see anything that's out of alignment. I'm not a huge tachometer nerd, so I don't know if anything is out of whack. So take a look, see if you see anything that's out of whack. I think it all looks pretty good though. The bezel itself, it has 2 finishings on it. So you got a circular brushing on the underside here, and then you got a nice polished chamfer up to the bezel insert. It looks really good. I'm actually pretty impressed with it, and I like that they kind of toned it down from their Paul Newman Daytona. So the crystal on this thing, test it for sapphire real quick. Obviously it is sapphire crystal, as kind of expected now from Pagani design, and it's a really good crystal. Actually, I'm pretty impressed with it. It is a double dome crystal, but you can tell just by the distortion there that the dome on the top side and the dome on the bottom side are not the same radius, if that makes sense. So you do get some distortion there, and you do get a little bit of washout every once in a while. But honestly, it's been really good for me. I think they're using a little bit of anti-reflective coating on the underside, and that's doing a good enough job to keep the dial pretty clear. And you can see when looking at it from the side there, it does protrude ever so slightly from the bezel insert, and I mean, it just looks really good. I love the crystal on this thing. Really nicely done. And yeah, kudos to Pagani for putting in a good crystal there. I think they could have maybe made this a little bit better. I think the Paul Newman crystal is just a little bit better, and that's because it doesn't have that distortion on it. But this is it's not bad at all. All right, so let's talk about the dial on this thing. So like I mentioned earlier, it comes in this white with the black subdials. It also comes in black with silver subdials. I wish they would have used white on the black version, but it is what it is. And I mean, it still looks pretty good. I just do really think this one looks better. Oops. Getting real close, you can see you've got that half railroad track minute track all the way around the outside. Japan movement down there. There's that UGS branding above the 6 o'clock. Water resistant 100 meters. You do have the Pagani design text with the shield. And I think the dial itself is done really good. The subdials here, you got concentric circles on the inside, and then on the outside, I don't know if you can see it or not, but they're actually just really, really, really fine concentric circles. I wish they would have just gone smooth there. It does kind of look a little funny, but it's such a small detail that it hasn't really distracted me at all. The 3 o'clock subdial is a 24-hour counter, and then you've got a 9 o'clock subdial over here, which is your chronograph minute counter. So I'm going to start out this chronograph while we kind of talk about the dial for the rest of this part. And yeah, I think they did a really good job. The hands are a perfect size. Yeah, really nicely done. Reach right out to that minute track. You got a nice tip on that chronograph second hand. It looks really good. Very happy with the handset on this. Very happy with the dial in general. The applied indices are done really nicely. One thing I do wish is that they would have gone with like a charcoal or a black surround on the indices and the hands. I think that might have made it look a little bit better. But as it is, I'm pretty impressed with it. This white dial has kind of got a silver shimmer to it. You might have seen that as well in some of the macro shots. I think it looks really good though. I'm overall very pleased with the dial and the proportions on this thing. Yeah, I'm really happy with it. Even the lume on it, I'm again fairly impressed with the lume on it for a Pagani design chronograph. Usually their chronographs are just terrible, and this one is not bad. So I'm going to pop up a lume shot right now, and here you can see it against a couple other watches in the collection, and yeah, it actually holds its own with the new Black Bay 36 homage that I just reviewed. And yeah, it's still not great. I wouldn't rely on it being able to read it all night long, but it is definitely better than average from Pagani design as far as their chronographs go. So let's talk about the movement in this thing. So the movement is operated by this 3 o'clock crown, screw down crown, really nice action on it, very smooth in and out. I've had no problems with it. It's the Seiko VK63. So again, I mean, it's a very reliable, very accurate grab and go quartz. There's no running second hand. So this, I mean, it kind of looks and kind of feels like a mechanical chronograph movement, which is really nice to see. And yeah, I've had these movements in so many watches, and I just love them. The only negative thing I can say about it is there is a, oops. The only negative thing I can say about it is there is a ghost date position. So this first click position here, there's a date window back there, but hidden by the dial. So you do have that. But again, you pop it out, you set the time, and then you forget about it for a year. And that's the real nice thing about these movements. Very, very accurate, and yeah, they're great. You can see chronograph second hand is sweeping along pretty nicely there. Real nice action to these pushers, nice solid click. It's not mushy or anything like that. And the snapback reset, oh, I mean, you can see it snaps back just perfect. So I have been very happy with this movement, very happy with the alignment, very happy with the watch in general. The screw in and screw out action on these pushers, it's a little bit light. There's not much feedback to them at all. I wish they would somehow improve that. I'm not really sure how they could, maybe with a little gasket or something, I don't know. But this main crown threads in really nicely and smooth. All right, let's talk about the bracelet on this thing. So the bracelet is actually not a negative on this one. Yeah, one of the few Pagani watches where the bracelet is not in the negative column. So let's talk about it. You've got solid end links, solid links, screw pins for adjusting. You got a fully milled clasp here. Yeah, I mean, it's great. Female end links, so that's nice to see. The follows the curvature of the case really nice there too. Could be just a hair better, but I mean, it's really good. Yeah, I just have no problems with this. You can even see the brushing on the top surface here. Looks really, really good. They even brushed those little outer pieces there. The rivet sides, this is all polished on the sides here, and then you got the faux rivets. I think it looks really good. Definitely has been my favorite bracelet from Pagani Design. Very happy with it. And even the clasp, you know, this is their upgraded clasp, and it's fully milled inside, 2 pushers. Yeah, polished on the outsides, brushed on the top with the Pagani Design text there. 3 micro adjust. Everything is done really nicely. I mean, it's the bottom edges here are nicely rounded, so you don't have anything digging in. Even these 2 back edges here, which are just terrible on their oyster style bracelet, is pretty good here. Yeah, I mean, I've got the only bad thing I can say about this clasp is this this diver's extension is just not worth anything. They just need to get rid of that. But I mean, when you have it closed up, you never even notice it's there, and so yeah, not a huge deal. Function of the bracelet, function of the clasp, everything worked perfectly. I was able to size it, get a good fitment on me, and I'm very happy with the bracelet. Yeah, I've got not much bad to say about it. On wrist, it doesn't rattle. That, you know, this one here, that bracelet on this one is just a rattle trap. I mean, it just rattled like crazy. This one, it feels very solid on the wrist, and it's quiet. You don't even hear it. So I mean, this is a really nice bracelet and a really good watch. So there you go, guys. That is Pagani Design's new PD1718. It is the Tudor Black Bay chronograph homage, and they just nailed it. For 75 bucks, I mean, you're going to be able to pick this up pretty much all year long for 75 bucks ish, right around there. And I think that is just a smashing deal, killer deal. Go out and get one of these things, and you're going to be pretty happy with it. I mean, it's grab and go quartz. It looks gorgeous. It's a great size, sub 40 millimeters, and it comes on a great bracelet. I won't say great bracelet, but it comes on a very good bracelet, especially for this price point. I'm kind of blown away by this one. 75 bucks. Yeah, it's a really good one, guys. Really, really good one. So if you are interested in this, again, I'll be putting a link down in the description. That is an affiliate link. Thank you guys so much for using my affiliate links. Again, this wouldn't have been possible without you guys, so thank you guys so much. If you want to see some more of this watch, go check out my Instagram. That's also a good spot to see what's coming up on the channel. And then, yeah, drop some comments down below, questions down below. I am happy to answer them. Love chatting with you guys. What do you think about this one? You like it? Don't like it? You gonna get the black one? Yeah, maybe. I think that's about it. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. See ya.